Is Bruno Fernandes the Premier League player of the season? For me, yes. In this video, I want to have a conversation and give you some reasons why I think Bruno Fernandes has been the standout player in the league this season. It's been a very, very crucial season for Manchester United in terms of securing Champions League qualification, and Bruno Fernandes has been not the sole reason, but one of the big reasons I think Manchester United will get Champions League football. I think his performances in this season have been absolutely fantastic. Bearing in mind he started um, the first half of the season really in a number six position, which we just know wasn't the best of him. He's not a number six. He's a number 10 clearly, and I think he's a player who was offered a lot to this Manchester United team. Now, if you're looking at Premier League Player of the Year award, it goes to the individual who has been the best. Obviously, if the team win the league, there will be a lot of players. For example, if Arsenal do go on to win the league, you'll probably see Raya, Timber, Gabriel, Declan Rice probably all get mentioned. If Man City win the league, Haaland, Bernardo Silva, potentially Semenyo. Like, there's been a lot of good players that have been in the Premier League this season. But if we're talking about Bruno Fernandes, for me, he is the Premier League Player of the Year. The clearest chances created, the most chances created, clear by far the most assists, on par to break a record that hasn't been broken in 20 plus years. I think that is Premier League Player of the Season worthy. I mean, there's no sort of hiding and denying that he will probably be Manchester United's Player of the Season, voted by the players. But in terms of the Premier League Player of the Season, I think that's something that's been deserved. And I think you look at a player there that just gets the football club, gets what it's like to play for Manchester United, the top professional, a leader on the pitch, a leader off the pitch. I just think he's a top level quality player, and he probably deserves the trophy in my opinion. And it'd be a good, obviously, end to the season for him. Hopefully, getting the Champions League. And winning that Premier League Player of the Season. So yeah, as I said, if we look at some of his stats, the quality of performances he's had, he has been very consistent for United. Yes, he's had some little poor moments in there, but large parts of it. And bearing in mind he had a hamstring injury in parts of the season as well. As I said, 19 assists, the most chances created in Europe. Like, he is just a ridiculous footballer, and I think if we would have played him in the number 10 at the start of the season, he would have broken that assist record massively. And I hope Manchester United are doing everything they can to keep him at the football club, because he's a player you don't get much often, and I think he's someone who, as I said, had added a lot to this team. If you look at his stats this season, 8 goals and 19 assists in the Premier League, 27 goal contributions. I think it's only Erling Haaland who has more goal contributions than him. His impact on this United team and his consistency when United haven't been great. You know, we've gone through our worst period, and I think he's one of those players that I'd always say he deserves to win a Premier League and a Champions League at the club, because his impact on the team has been absolutely fantastic. And again, you look at regularly plays 90 minutes, puts in good performances, his standards haven't dropped, his availability, and yeah, I think his quality. And listen, he has obviously got a lot of offers to leave the football club, to go to Saudi, to go to Bayern Munich, I think were mentioned. So a lot of clubs have definitely been interested in signing him, but I think it's imperative for Manchester United to keep him. He's too of an important player to replace this season. We're already replacing Casemiro, we're already replacing Ugarte. We need a new left back. We need midfielders, and that's the revamp where United go for this season. And obviously Bruno Fernandes does technically come under the midfielder, but I think he's someone that you look to replace next season. But as I said, he's been the best number 10 in the league by far, and I think he is the best number 10 in world football. I think he's, like, if he goes to an Arsenal, I think they win the Premier League. He's that good of a player. He changes their team. And I think there has been a lot of people, including myself, that has criticised Bruno Fernandes because at times his performances haven't been good enough. But again, if you're looking at a guy who can do everything, I mean, that assist he got against Brentford the other day was just a world-class assist. The way in which he waits, commits to defender, and then plays the pass is just top level IQ and ability, and we know that he has that. The assist against Man City was also world class as well. So yeah, for me, Bruno Fernandes is the Premier League Player of the Season. It'd be a joke if he doesn't get it. And again, it's down to sort of the fans. And I think the players, I think it's voted by the players to give him the vote. So we'll have to see. Again, there are going to be a lot of candidates in there. Gabriel's been fantastic for Arsenal if they go on to win the league. I think Declan Rice has been good. But if you look at Bruno Fernandes, a team that finished 15th last season, to go from there to breaking the assist record to being in the Champions League, it'd be a great personal achievement for him. So yeah, I think Bruno is the Player of the Year. I know we just get a lot of criticism, and sometimes he is a frustrating player to watch. But if you're looking at sort of chance creator, goals and assists in world football, I don't think there's any better player than Bruno Fernandes, and I think now it's time he starts to get his accolades, personal ones, and again, hopefully next season, if he stays, we can win some trophies.